Hey, my friends from all around the world. Today we're going on another political topic. This is to do with Afghanistan and like the overtake from the Taliban took the regime in Afghanistan, and it's about the Hazara. That is a tribe, basically, or like they're I don't know if tribe is the right word, but there's an ethnic group. Maybe that's more precise. And in Afghanistan, the majority of them live and what they are facing basically. And I got message from someone on Instagram who said, you're doing so much political stuff for Iran, please do it for Afghanistan as well, because this ethnic group faces a lot of problems in Afghanistan, and I wanted to go for it. You're gonna see very much information about this. Maybe you're interested after the intro.
Doch ich gebe mich nach außen ohne Hass, beschwerte Laune. Einen Schemel werd ich kaufen, mit dem Säbel werd ich streicheln. Und wenn Fehler sich häufen, werd ich die Fehler begleichen. Ich raste, lebe und träume, ich nehme, gebe und teile. Doch nicht mit jedem erweitern.
So, I wanted to take a look at two videos. The one is old, it's over 1 year old. It's about like general information, what is about the Hazara. The other one is 3 weeks old. That's a shorter video, it's a little bit more about the recent situation, but the problem isn't solved, and it's a longer lasting problem that is existing for a longer time. I didn't know anything about it before I got message about this. I saw the hashtags stop Hazara genocide a couple of times, and I didn't know about it, but now we're going for it. And let's actually take a look at this video first. It's from DW News. Afghanistan's Hazara people targeted for their faith. And yeah, basically it's because of their religion.
Afghanistan's Hazara people live in constant fear of being targeted by militants because of their faith. They are a Shia minority in Sunni majority Afghanistan and have long
Shia and Sunni, both, but most of them are Shia, I think.
Been discriminated against. An Islamic State affiliate has even declared war on them and is behind a series of deadly bombings against the community. But
so this, you have to understand. So there are actually, I think, 4 million Hazaras. Can we find the number actually? Yeah. 4 million, like Wikipedia says, 4 million Hazaras living in Afghanistan. They're facing the same what Iranian citizens are facing today. Like they are getting, they might get killed, they might get hunted, they might get okay, maybe not political tortured. I think that's not the same, but they are political enemies basically of the government. Yeah, that's how you can say it. And they have major problems right there.
now with NATO troops beginning to pull out from the country, the fear is the situation could get worse for them.
This was before the NATO troops left Afghanistan. That's where they already had problems because of terror. All right.
The aftermath of a car bombing in Kabul. A minivan with 3 people inside. In a Hazara neighborhood of the capital.
They just got killed for their faith.
One of the dead was 23-year-old Mina. She was buried along with her mother, killed in the same attack. Afghanistan's Hazaras have been targeted for decades. They know
for decades. You know, this is an old problem. They've been targeted for decades. I've seen a couple of new videos about protests. I didn't want to go for them because this is more, it's good to see it. It's good to see that there are actually protests worldwide against the Sahara genocide. But still, I wanted to share the general information first.
that here they live in danger.
People who can afford to leave Afghanistan, they leave Afghanistan, or if they cannot afford to leave Afghanistan, they stay here and wait to die.
Look, this is the situation. Like, everybody who can afford to leave doing it. They even trying to get from Indonesia to Australia on a boat and die in the open ocean. rather than staying in Afghanistan.
Last year, gunmen attacked a Kabul maternity hospital, also in a Hazara neighborhood. When the shooting ended, 24 people were dead, including newborns and their mothers.
Dude, this is the Satan in person, whoever did this, man. I can't believe it.
So far, no arrests have been made. And just last May, a bombing at a girls' school in Kabul killed scores of young Hazaras.
Look, they're killing children. Dude.
Distrustful of the authorities, some Hazaras say they need to provide their own security. When human rights, women's rights, rule of law, and all other internationally recognized laws are not achieved with civilization, then we have to turn to guns, because the ultimate determiner of people's will would be the barrel of a gun. And with
This is hard, man. If you stayed like that as a religious leader.
foreign troops soon to leave, some Hazaras doubt a peaceful future.
Yeah, of course. If things like that happen, they're taking their children. What are you supposed to do? Just to sit there and wait for human rights to arrive?
If fighting starts, it will be worse than during the Civil War. That was an alley-to-alley war with some crazy people. Now it might be worse. Everyone has a car, and 5 or 6 people can start a fight. Everyone is armed.
He's talking about the Taliban right here.
The power vacuum that NATO forces leave behind in Afghanistan could claim the Hazaras among its first victims.
And journalist Ali Latifi reports regularly from Afghanistan and joins me now for more. Ali, with international troops set to leave in a few months, how concerned is the Hazara community for its safety?
The Hazara community has been, concerned for its safety for at least the last 5 or 6 years, and I think, we have to stop framing this in the sense of, a U.S. withdrawal, because these attacks have been going on since at least 2015, if not 2016. So to say that, the U.S. presence in the past made some kind of a difference would be disingenuous. It may be more difficult, in the future, but I don't think we can say that, the U.S. alone is the people, because they keep saying that the government needs to do its part and secure, because what keeps happening is it's almost always one neighborhood that gets targeted in the city of Kabul. So they're saying, step up the security efforts in that neighborhood at the very least.
But why has the government not stepped up security, given that most of these attacks, at least in Kabul, are happening in one particular neighborhood?
At the end of the day, you have to ask the government. There's only, suppositions that we can make. For one thing, they have tried things in the past. For instance, during the month of Muharram and leading up to the Ashura commemorations, they will, send extra security to areas where a lot of the Shia population of Afghanistan are, and they will allow local forces to arm and to sort of take up security measures in their own areas at that time of year. But other than that, that's really the major question that people are asking, because unfortunately, when you feel like that there isn't being an effort made, whether or not there actually is behind the scenes, to the public, what it seems like is there has to be a reason you're not putting this effort in, right? And
so what I take from that is that at this time, there was when the U.S. troops were withdrawing, the government didn't support the Hazara and didn't investigate on the crimes and didn't secure the Hazara citizens. This is the situation we have right here, and they're questioning why the government isn't doing anything, and even is intended that nothing is done.
To people in that area. To many people I spoke to, you know, in the last few weeks and after several different attacks in that neighborhood, you know, they're saying that, okay, if you can't secure the neighborhood, then it's just as bad as if you had the gun or if you had the bomb in your hand as well.
Oh, the people want to arm themselves to defend against all these crimes, and I can understand it in a way, but I can't support it like any violence. But that's not what we're actually talking about. We like they are the victims, right?
Now, you said earlier that a lot of the attacks that have been happening since 2015, but I wonder if that ties into a pattern of discrimination that the community has been facing for a number of years from before that as well.
There definitely has been historic discrimination. If you look at sort of during the kingdom time, which a lot of times is very romanticized in recent Afghan history, you know, they weren't allowed certain posts within the military. They weren't, you know, a lot of the provinces that they lived in didn't receive proper education, didn't receive proper services. You know, they were given essentially like menial jobs or sort of like service jobs.
So it's historical that the Hazara getting disadvantages. And we have to see, like, the majority of them living in Afghanistan, and I found the numbers like there's another big number that is living in Pakistan, that is next to Afghanistan, and after that in Iran, that is next to Afghanistan as well. But there are a couple of people who are living in Europe, Turkey, Australia, and Canada, and that is basically, that are the countries that are the Hazara people are fleeing to, and I can swear, I know it, that these countries don't support the people. Like, they're drowning in the open ocean. That is what I said. And it's still the case. So, we can talk about that, but maybe it's better to go at the root of the problem. It's historically that they have disadvantages, and yeah.
To put it politely. And so that's definitely continued. And then you had the Taliban when they ruled, you know, they had committed massacres in different areas. And then now you have these forces claiming to be Daesh, who are very blatant, you know, in their targeting, you know, because if you look at the history of their attacks, they always either choose the city of Jalalabad, that's a major city, or this one neighborhood in Kabul, which is extremely, when you go there, you will see it's extremely congested, it's overcrowded, it's, you know, literally like one lane on both sides of the street with like, you know, little off-roads that, you know, some of them aren't paved, some of them are paved that go on for kilometers at a time. And so attacking a place like that, it's very deliberate.
Right.
What does deliberate mean? I want to check that real quick. There's one neighborhood that's continuously in Kabul that's got continuously under attack. It's a Hazara neighborhood. I forgot which word I was looking for.
Like that, it's very deliberate.
Deliberate. Okay, I don't understand that. All right, I think we're finished with this video.
Right, we'll leave it there for the time being. Ali Latifi, thank you so much for joining us with that.
Thank you.
So, we will see what we do in the future for Afghanistan. I've the plan to go for political music as well, for music that is not political, but we will stay tuned on this topic. I hope I will get more information through you on the comments, and we're gonna take a look real quick at a shorter video. This is almost 3 minutes. Anger grows in Afghanistan, woman shan't stop, Hazara genocide. This is from 3 weeks ago. I just want to know from 1 month ago. I just wanted to show you one example what is happening right now. I think there was another incident what happened, and there were a couple of women who went on the street and demonstrated. Let's take a look at this.
The anger is rising in Afghanistan. Women are saying that enough is enough, and fury against the terrorists who targeted the girl students has in fact resulted in demonstrations. Now, these girls who were studying in the classroom had a bomb which was set off. At least 35 of these young girl students were killed on Friday, and most of these girls were young students.
Like, students were killed? How many? 35?
Set off at least 35 of these young girl students.
35 students were killed by a bomb. Students. They're young.
Students were killed on Friday, and most of these girls were young students. Now, these are
suicide bombing.
Images from the city of Herat, where women are raising the voice against terror. And don't forget,
these religious freaks. Dude, I can't understand. He killed himself to kill 34 other people. These people are the reason why Islam has many people look bad on Islam, because they think terrorists are Muslims. These terrorists are the reason why the Islamists look bad at from many people. You have to keep that in mind.
Course, is the Taliban ruled land where women don't have the freedom to move around freely, and yet the women turned up demanding for rights, demanding for safety and security. They held up banners which said "Stop Hazara Genocide" and demanded security from the Taliban government. The Taliban, of course, dealt with the women who were protesting, asking for security for girls in the schools in the Hazara communities. The Taliban resorted to...
So they're basically asking the Taliban for protection. But I don't know if they're getting it. This man, I don't know.
And dispersing them with the stick that these Taliban security guards were stationed outside of the government office then.
Didn't we have that already?
مکتب دانش آموزان دخترانه میشوند و اونا را مورد هدف قرار میگیرند و امروز در یک خانه 4 تا شهید ما داریم 4 قسم میشه.
Look, she's asking the government, how can this happen? One family lost 4 members. Boy.
Now, women and girls from the Hazara community also protested in Kabul's western district of Dasht-e-Barchi. And this year, this is the second incident of bombing that has occurred in the Afghan capital's Hazara neighborhood. The neighborhood has always been a target of some of Afghanistan's most deadly terror attacks.
I saw this video as well. There was another small demonstration in this, is it called, like, barrio? In the barrio we talked about from Hazaras in Kabul.
The neighborhood has always been a target of some of Afghanistan's most deadly terror attacks. Before they took over Afghanistan last year, it was the Taliban that had targeted the Hazaras regularly 4 years ago. On the 15th of August in 2018, a suicide bomber had blown himself up in a private school classroom in the area.
So unbelievable, man.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news.
So, I hope I informed you a little bit about what is happening to the Hazaras especially in Afghanistan. Don't know how the situation is in Iran and Pakistan. I have no clue actually. I just want to say thank you for sharing this with me. I want to support these people as far as I can, and it won't be the last video on this topic. Maybe we find political songs about this as well. We will see. And If you want to see more reactions, please sub to the channel, hit the bell, and don't forget to hit me up on my socials, Instagram and Facebook, to write me messages and to follow my other content. Thank you very much. And if you want to check out my music video of myself, because I'm a rapper, watch this song right here. It's provided with English subtitles so you can understand the lyrics. The other option is you can watch my latest reaction on Afghan music, or it's called Dari rap, as far as I know. You might check it out. I wish you the very best. Stay healthy, stay well, and farewell.